Story starts off, I am broken-hearted. After a year and a half, almost 2 years with the same guy, I find out he's been cheating on me for 6 months. On top of that, my best friend is moving about an hour drive away, and neither of us have a car, and it is her last night in Montreal, and we are going out to party and celebrate. So we decide to go to our favorite terrace, our favorite bar. We sit on the terrace, and there is a cute waiter in the section over there. Like, he's conventionally attractive, long hair, man bun, beard, glasses, but I am immediately attracted to him by the pep in his step and the way he jokes with customers, and oh my God, he just smiled at me. I tell about cute waiter to my best friend, and she says, well, ask for his phone number. She wants me to, I'm not gonna ask for his phone number, you can kind of drop it. Except she won't drop it because 5 minutes after that, he comes to our table and informs us that there's been a shift change and now he's gonna take care of our section. So my best friend keeps being like, ask for his number. And I'm like, I'm not gonna ask for his number. I'm not gonna ask for his number. I gotta have his fucking number. I really need his number. So the end of the evening comes and he comes and sees us. And he says, are you guys gonna have anything else? And I say, no, we're good. We'll have 2 glasses of water, 2 receipts, and I'll have your phone number. And he leaves. And he comes back, and on the back of my receipt is his phone number. I am thrilled. I am so excited. I can't believe this. I forget all about my ex. The next day, I'm telling this story to one of my closest friends, and she says, well, you gotta text him now. No. I have to wait 3 days. This is what pop culture has taught me. This is what religion has taught me. If Jesus could wait 3 days, so can you, honey. And she says, no, you don't want him to forget you. Just text him like, hey, it's Alexia from the bar. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Hey, it's Alexia from the bar. We exchange like 2 or 3 texts, and then he invites me over to his place. And I say yes. So I get to his place, and he has to go to the bathroom, score, because I can now respectfully go through his shit. Partially to make sure he's not an axe murderer, and partially to find conversation ground. I find a bookcase. Fantastic. I like books. All right, what's in here? A lot of musicals. I love musicals. He comes out of the bathroom, we start talking about musicals, and he's studying musical theater, and we like the same movies and the same TV shows and music. He puts on an album I've been obsessed for a month and I hadn't told him about, and he likes hockey, and then I realized I haven't asked him like basic questions. So I'm like, hey, what do you do for a living? And he's like, I'm a photographer, and I'm like, hot. And he says that before that, he worked for the STM for about 10 years, and he didn't really like it. And my heart just sinks, because I haven't done anything for 10 years in my life, other than maybe like watch Friends reruns. Hey, how old are you? He goes, guess. So I go for the highest acceptable age, and I'm like, 33? And he's like, higher. I'm like, 35? He's like, higher. I'm like, 37? He's like, higher. I'm 39. I'm turning 40 in December. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, wait, how old are you? And I'm like, guess. And he says, 29. And I'm like, lower. He says, 27. And I'm like, lower. He's like, 25. I'm like, lower. He's like, 23. I'm like, lower. He's like, girl, are you even legal? I'm like, I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in September. Like, mind you, we're in July at that point. We just stare at each other because we realize we are 18 years apart. We're a whole person who can drink, a whole person who can vote apart. and we decide, fuck it. We like each other, and we're mature, and we can handle this. So we keep having like this ritual. I go to his place, he makes me a drink, we watch a movie, and then we, boink. You've heard of it, so. And very early on, he's like, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. Like, this is my hot girl summer. Like, I'm fucking a 40-year-old. Like, this is very much like a hot, no, it's fine. But my brain also goes, oh yeah? You're not gonna fall in love with me? Try, I'm irresistible. I see you agree. So, time goes by, and eventually, at first it really is a fling. Like, I don't tell him anything personal, but one week, I have this really shitty week, and he can see it, like, in my face because expressive person, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, it's fine, I don't want to talk about it. And he's like, no, tell me about it. So I end up telling him about it. And he comforts me about my thing, and turns out he also had a really shitty week, and I comfort him about it, and it's nice, and it's sweet. And from that point on, whenever something terrible happens to both of us, we talk to each other about it, and we're kind of our go-to person for this thing. And then at some other point, I'm having heart issues, and I have to go to the hospital. And he takes me to the hospital, and he looks really worried, and he stays with me for a while, and I start thinking, you know what? Maybe we too quickly thought that this couldn't be something, right? Maybe we assumed wrong. And then I started imagining what my life with him could be. He used to have a dog, and he wants a dog again, and I want a dog, so, we could get a dog. And I'm an artist, and he's an artist, so we could make art together. And he would make me meet his mom, and I'd endear her with my baking skills, and he could meet my dad, and he'd charm him with his sense of humor. And you know what? I'm just gonna talk to him about it, right? And the next time we see each other comes, and he invites me to the bar where he worked, the place where we met. And he sits us down, and he goes, I wanted to bring you here because this is where it all started. And I think, oh my God, he thinks the same thing as me. Some of you are ahead of me. This is great. I can talk to him about this, and it's fantastic. And he goes, when we met, you were going through this terrible breakup, and I think you kind of needed like a love crutch, right? Well, you can walk now. Let go of the crutch. Okay. I am brokenhearted. It hurts so much. I've never been broken up with, I'm usually the one doing the breaking up, and in that moment, I realized I don't remember when was the last of something. I don't remember when was the last time we kissed. I don't remember the last time we had sex together. I don't remember the last drink he made me, and it feels really confusing, and he can tell. Again, expressive person. And he's like, I want you to name all of your qualities right now. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so absurd. He goes, no, I want you to name all of your qualities right now. And I'm like, okay, fine. I am smart, I'm funny, I'm generous, I'm pretty, and so on and so forth. And he spends the entire night building up my self-esteem. And then, we part. And look, I won't lie, I get home and I cry an embarrassing amount, and I watch 500 Days of Summer, and I Uber Eats some ice cream, okay? It's still the best breakup ever. It's the breakup where I understood so many things. I understood my rapport to relationships and my rapport to commitment, and the reason why I was putting him up on this pedestal and why I put so many guys up on a pedestal is because he was doing the bare minimum for me. By the way, if you're having heart issues and somebody brings you to the hospital, that is the very bare minimum. They shouldn't just leave you there and be like, you okay? No, they should take you to the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, he loves me. Like, it's very pathetic. But then, this breakup could have been something really bad, right? Breakups, we usually think, this is terrible. This breakup didn't break me. It helped me put the pieces back together. Stefan was right. He taught me to walk again. And now I run.